Thanks for joining us on this great show today. My name is Liz Abai.
And of course, I am Ehikowe,
the daughter of Agadano Nyimo. Did you enjoy your Easter celebrations?
I did somehow, but I didn't in entirety.
Because?
In its entirety, because up from Palm Sunday, it was tragedy. And I keep wondering, in a culture like us, where we have a lot of diversity, and those diversities, actually makes us real strong. I understand that peace is fragile, but then unity, oneness, love for that diversity should actually keep us together, and it's sad that this is not happening. And I'm glad we're sitting on this table today to ask the pertinent question: how do we rebuild? How do we stay together as we used to? Because I saw this country when we were together.
Well, across Nigeria, we know that communities have thrived for generations, living together with shared values, respect for one another, tolerance and unity. But it is so sad that recent killings, especially the ones that happen in Jos, has brought again to the forefront that we need to rebuild trust amongst ourselves urgently.
It's important because, anyway, let me not empty too much. During the course of this discussion, we intend to find out how did we get it wrong? And very importantly, I believe in solutions. How do we get back together? What is the cause? How do we remove that cause and ensure that we are bonded back together the way we should?
And I think that this conversation is long overdue. It is long overdue.
But then speaking of Jos, which is the recent happening, let's go to join NTA Jos and get to find out what actually happened. And we know Priscilla and the rest of them are there. NTA Jos is up to you now.
26-year-old Dorothy Adams is a small-scale entrepreneur who grills meat at this junction in Angwan-Rukuba. Dorothy has cause to thank God for surviving the Sunday night attack as the bullet grazed her neck.
What I've never seen, that yesterday, I saw it, so I just thank God.
Others were not as lucky as Dorothy, as scores lost their lives.
Those that lost their loved ones, we pray that God Almighty will take charge and let the government continue to do the needful.
Hold on a Palm Sunday, they struck. What we want is government or security proactiveness.
Some community and religious leaders were on ground to commiserate with the community.
Wherever you're going to have peace, you need to have justice and fairness.
And I must commend the community people for their resilience and the way they've handled this thing in spite of the anger.
It's a very disheartening, very painful. It's a reality we don't want to live with.
Governor Kele Mutfwang, along with top government functionaries, were here earlier on to commiserate with the people over the sad incidents. He appreciated the community for not taking the laws into their hands, but allowing security agencies to carry out their duties without any interruption.
All right, thank you so much, NTA Jos, for that package. It's so saddening, and I know that joy is here. I think you're protesting, which is why for the first time on this show you're tying your hair.
Oh, well, this is how you protest?
Yes, this is how I protest. Yes, true.
You were telling us that during the lengthen period you had purple all through. So I guess in anger, she also turned out in purple, and it's a protest.
Purple today. Yes.
But your protest is really beautiful.
Thank you.
That's why it's really hard to know. Well, how was your Easter celebration?
No, my Easter celebration was really nice because I was out of town. I went for a friend's mom's 80th, and it was beautiful. There's something about the village.
It was in the village?
Yeah, it was in the village. It was in Mbise, and it was so much fun. There was so much peace. You know, those days when we're growing up, everywhere was peaceful. Sure. Even when we're going back to the house, we had a flat tire at 3 a.m. But guess what? They came out there, they did the tire, and it was safe. So when I see how bad we have gotten, that killing our friends, killing people.
So
Even when we're
sad.
growing up in Kaduna those days, during the riots, what used to shock me was that people would eat together, we play together, we had fun together. When it comes to killings, they're the ones that will really take their arms and kill you. And I'm wondering, how did we get here? And how can this thing be stopped?
All right, I know that Tox is on the other side of the divide. Tox, good morning. Nice to see you back, and Helen Hattie, because the way the country is going, when you wake up, you need to call your friends and find out, how are you? I hope you don't have anybody in Jos, but hello first.
Honestly, good morning, everybody. It's been a while, and I thank you. Thank God for life. Thank God for life, you know. There's something, one of the people who talked, the man who said something about being proactive, you know, in as much as it's scary and everything, but really, Nigeria, we need to be proactive, you know, do something ahead of time.
Yes.
And then, you know, they were saying, we used to say, I think on NTA or somewhere, if you see something, say something.
Say something,
Say
yes.
something. You know, these people cannot just be hidden everywhere. No. Somebody is saying something.
Yes.
And not everybody can be an enemy. Do you understand? It's a bit scary that you just leave, because if it happens in Jos, in Kaduna, in Bauchi, in Benue, hello, it can happen anywhere. Yeah. We didn't grow up like this, and we shouldn't let our children know this part of Nigeria. Yeah. See something, say something. Let's be proactive.
It's terrible, because I remember growing up, I was in the East, and in my class we had a Jamila, we had a Fatima, and it was just their name that you found out that they were not Igbos. You know, so it happened, and we all lived together. We struggled together. We fought. We danced together. We played together. Yeah. You know, even the fights, children's fights, it wasn't really a big deal. Yeah. You know, but then let's still join NTA Jos to find out what's happening at the moment. Is it calm? We're interested. Is it calm? NTA Jos, are you still there?
All hope is not lost as the members of the community are beginning to start life all over. Although we notice that some shops are closed, others are open, and people are going about their normal businesses. However, the prayer on their lips is for the government to come to their aid by providing adequate security to ensure that they are able to move around and do their normal businesses. The youth leaders, who described the attack as unfortunate, say they are doing everything possible to ensure peace is being maintained.
Sincerely, it's a thing of joy for me for the level of maturity the youths of Plateau State have displayed in this unprovoked attack. I have called for calmness. I have called for youths to continue to be law-abiding. There is no provocation, I will say, that justifies us going outside the provision of law.
Part of the things we have done so far is to engage with all the youth leaders, to preach peace, to preach tolerance and living together in unity.
They should remain calm and then cooperate with the government and also cooperate with the existing peace that have been on ground.
Chairman of Jos North Local Government, Christopher John, is here to see things for himself and to also tell us about the peace effort that he's making to ensure that peace and tranquility returns to the community.
We are calling on young people to please be patient and then be comforted with what happened and then imbibe the spirit of peace. Let's allow peace to reign. While we call on the security agencies, we call on the federal government and all the security agencies which are exclusively within the purview of the federal government to do the needful, to intensify intelligence gathering.
There is heavy security presence on ground to ensure law and order, while residents of Jos North are abiding by the 48 hours curfew imposed by the state government as part of security measures to prevent escalation of violence. Meanwhile, government representatives met with representatives of the bereaved families to reach a common ground on the burial preparations of victims to be held at the expense of the state government.
Again, thank you, NTA Jos, for that report. And I'm particularly excited that the government there is not deciding to do mass burial, which it's a common thing when you have so many people, because the families are seeing their deceased people as individual, and it's only right that we give them those burial rights. But I'm thinking, you know, I'll throw it back to you, because a lot of times, I'm not saying I'm old school really, But I know that a lot of times when things like this happen, youths are in the forefront. And I'm wondering, why are the youth so violent? Why are they prone to, being used for things like that?
I'm not sure they are being used. Most of them are being used. But we know that conflict often stems from miscommunication. So in the process of that miscommunication now, some youths feel that, the generations past were silent on things like this. So it's time for us to now make a change. Now the way they go about that change is what is bad, is wrong. Because it brings malice, it brings fights, it brings unnecessary killings. We now need maybe a town hall meeting.
Wow.
If we could get a town hall meeting and everyone comes in and airs their view, and we forgive each other. Things like this, I feel like it will help. It will go a long way in helping.
But I see you talking and Joy is like, are you freaking serious?
Oh yeah, that's how did you know? How did you know? You see,
what will be the solution?
Body language.
I won't lie to you. The problem is that most of the time we don't read the room. We don't.
Miscommunication.
My point here is, the day I watched that lady carry her child, and she was wailing, I don't know whether a nail pierced into my heart.
That's the only child, though.
See, that's it. My point here is, why the killings? And you see, most of the time, like when I was traveling, I just saw policemen following these people are not meant to be doing this. These people need to protect us. You see, when I say most of the time, people say, I fight government, I say bad things about government. No, we always get it wrong. It is after these things, after these killings, that you see all the security people. That's why many states are fighting for state police. The only problem is that you might have a state police and people will just take advantage of it. So you see, the thing here is that there have been killings in Jos. You know, the thing that saddened me about Jos was that before Easter, before Sunday, there were killings.
Yes.
We did how many days again?
Yeah.
So my question now is that, what is the security doing? What kind of intelligence are they working with? Because we can't protect ourselves. Security is supposed to protect us. So if security does not protect us, guess what? Those youths
will protect themselves.
Now
that is what youths are trying to do.
And that's what they're trying to do.
They are going about it the wrong way.
The wrong way in what essence?
Taking justice into their own hands.
See, if you kill my only child, I will kill your own child as well.
You don't believe in forgiveness?
No, I don't. Not with my child. It's very easy for us to sit here and say, oh, if it was me, I wouldn't do anything. Forgetting that I have blood running in my veins. You cannot, it is not acceptable for another human to kill another human. So the problem is that we've been talking about this thing for years. It's still not getting better. It is getting worse.
Okay, so my point is, what is the way forward? And I'll take it to Tokumbo, if you can hear me. I'm really interested in knowing, Tokumbo, how do we, forge a way forward to ensure that the Nigeria we knew will still be the Nigeria we have today, and will still, keep for our children tomorrow, in terms of peace and oneness and unity?
Joy said something that really hit. If, security or whoever, you're going on the road, there's already police waiting like an hour before.
Thank you.
Before somebody else is moving. More, you're here to ensure that your people that you have chosen you to govern them are happy, are at peace, are able to thrive. So how do you put things in place? Is the police, are the security people, are the military? There's something that they are doing, that they should be doing, that they're not doing ahead of time. Let it be a consciousness that there's security around, and then people will actually, I don't want to say fear the security, or you say police is your friend, but there's a consciousness you have when you see people that are in uniform around you. They just move in action, ready to say, you know what, nothing should happen here. The law, be a law-abiding citizen. We didn't grow up, so let us let our children grow up with the fear in their head that something is going to happen to them at some point in time. Because, like you said, they're taking laws into their own hands and they're fighting for themselves now. Should that really be?
No.
If you don't let them be like that. So give them a reason to say, we can sit back and know that the country that we're here for are serving us. Because this country, you're here to serve us, really. That's what we put you in there for. So let us know what you're doing. If we vote people into power, the money that you are collecting from us, taxpayers' money, let's see it in action.
You struck a chord in me when you talked about, ensuring that, people are protected, so that they don't need to go to protect themselves. That's not how it should be. But then, speaking of which, I'm wondering, the people that came to shoot, are they the ones who are trying to protect themselves, or those who are causing mayhem? Because you did mention again that if we see uniformed men, we are more at home with ourselves. But shockingly, we have an eyewitness story. If the director can roll it by, he said people were wearing uniforms. In fact, they thought they were NDLA people. Yeah. Director, can you roll that story for us before we continue our discussion?
Yeah, those two, because initially they dropped them. They came in a Sharon. There are about 10 or 12 of them. So when the Sharon dropped them, so the Sharon now turned and left. When the Sharon left, so we thought it were normal people. So when the Sharon left, all of them opened their long jackets, opened their long door, they start shooting. I said, we thought it's drugs. So all we start hearing gunshot, they start shooting. They kill about 3 people instantly. Here, they shot about 5 people in front of my shop here. So 2 managed to fall into my shop. One, they shot him on the leg. The other one, they shot her on the leg and also at the back here. So they were all bleeding inside my shop. I was helpless. As God will have it, God in His own infinite mercy miraculously closed this door for me. As He closed this door, that was how we are inside with those 2 victims. They are busy shooting. After they have from when they see that the stop is somehow, they now came down. They started entering shop by shop. They entered my neighbor's shop. They killed 1 boy and they shot 2 people. The second one they did not die. They only got him by the side of the neck. So that was survived. When they finished that, they now passed and was hearing their footsteps. They just passed. As they're going, they are shooting. They shot 2 people here. We were selling a pig meat. They shot 2 people here. They now went to that a shop here. There's a provision store shop here. They went there and shot 5 people inside the shop. After when they finished, the night came out. As we were going down, they were shooting. So when I discovered that some of them took a part, there's a part from called Greyawari. So they took that part, going down. As we are going, around that Greyawari, they enter one beer parlor. They shot everybody inside. Wow. They killed everybody inside the beer parlor. So as they're shooting. Some of them also took the part of leading to quarters. As they're going to, they were shooting people. So they got outside there. After this happened, it took almost an hour. Just almost an hour. Let's say 45 minutes plus before police came.
So these people, they came, and one of my sisters, after I made a transfer from her, she saw them. She thought they are drugs because there are a lot of people here, more than 100. So most of the people, they are scared because they say drugs. That is what even rescue. Okay, so you thought they were. So we thought they are drugs. So the other people, they like come on somehow, like soldier movement. Actually, that is the truth about it. So when they come into as the same drugs, the people that they are standing within that side, then they run away. So the few people that they feel we don't have anything exhibit, we don't take drugs, so they hang around. Before we understand, they start shooting.
I don't even know what to say.
It's crazy.
I don't know what to say because see, the thing here is they were so comfortable
Yeah.
Because they thought they were
uniform men, military men in uniform.
And I don't know whether these people take stuff. I don't know the kind of hats they have. You are just shooting everybody. And you see, this is my point. Just in how many years, like 3 years ago, it was safe. Now in Jos, they are killing in Rukuba.
What is Rukuba?
They've come into the
inside the town.
They've come into town proper.
Maybe we heard the terminus market at
yes.
that point was closed.
Let me tell you how bad it was. My friend's mom was in church, and these people just entered the church, and they were shooting. So everybody had to go down. The problem now is, let me tell you something. Our securities are not doing their job. They can like me or not like me, but let the truth be told. Because many people come on TV and just try to spice them up and make them feel happy. Where they're supposed to do their jobs, they don't do their jobs. Yeah. Because this cannot keep occurring every day. It happened back in our days. How many years ago? Then it's happening again. You see, it's the audacity for me.
Because they know that nothing will happen.
That's it. Because honestly, how can you call security? It goes back to
what you said.
Yeah.
Because you said when things are not being done, they take law into their hands to correct it. Listen, if I am going to correct injustice done to me, I'm not going to kill that woman selling akara on the road. I'm not going to enter a beer parlor and start shooting. I'll look for the person that caused my problem.
But that is you. That is you.
Other people, it goes back
I will
to
just hit you where it hits. I will hit you where it will hit you more.
So if you kill the person on the road, it will pain me.
No, but the problem now
is your state.
No, but the problem now is who is doing the killing? Even the security people don't know who is doing the killing.
It's crazy.
So if you don't know who is doing the killing, how do you fight what you don't know what the source is?
Let me go back to Tokes. Tokes, I'm really curious. He gave her postulations on injustice and self-seeking redress. And I'm thinking, parents may not like me, but I think that parents are questionable. I have always said that if you know you cannot cater for your child, you know, in terms of food, in terms of clothing, in terms of accommodation, in terms of being there for the person, then you don't have business getting children. You can marry, but please, castrate yourselves. You don't need to have children.
What?
So that's me. You can marry for companionship, but you don't need to have children.
I don't agree
if you
with
can't
you.
provide. You
don't I don't.
Okay, let's go to
this. I don't agree with you.
So well, that's a different question, because is it a deliberate thing? Is it a conscious thing to have children when you're married? Or is it that, oh, I want to have children, so I'm going to have children? But really, orientation is key, actually, because, you know, sometimes you just wonder, where did these people come from? Who are they, and how are they able to just to kill somebody else? How? How? Did they see it? You know, it's funny that we're saying this, because, you know, they showed some time ago children who were beating the boy, bullying.
Yeah,
it starts from there. And I'm certain that these children, okay, let me not say I'm certain, but I'm probably 75% sure that they didn't see that in their house. What could have gone wrong that they're able to just continue, and then you grow like that? How? That's just in school, and these children are young teenagers, able to beat up another child, and they're enjoying the fact. Even the person that is doing the videoing is another crazy person. But you know, this, yes, like you said, Liz, from home, what are you instilling in your children? Is there a fear of God in them to know that, like you said, how can you just take the life of another person? You know, I know he was saying, you know, you're going to hit you where it's going to hurt real hard. You know, so if I come around your environment and destroy everything there, you'll feel it so much. But really, why? What's the cause? What's the pain? What is paining you? You know, sometimes I sit down and I wonder, what is paining these people? And what could they have told you to make you go out and kill somebody else and just destroy lives? What drugs are you taking? So these are things that we must check ourselves in this country. We really need to sanitize our environment. So beyond even the security, everything around. This guy was saying something about people that are taking drugs, you know. And so these people that are on drugs, they're able to do things that are so heavy. No. We really need to wash ourselves clean again. Because it's not right.
We need to really indeed wash ourselves. And my own prescription still goes back to parents. I know that unintentionally, a lot of times, children go wrong. The parents don't want it. But somehow, I think that if a parent, knowing that you have a bad child, you don't cover up for that child, you start early to talk to your children. Not too long ago, I went to somebody's house and I was totally embarrassed. His had 20-something-year-old son came out to greet us. It was me and 2 other ladies. He came out to greet us, and I thought the guy had something he was drinking. I was ashamed because he came with his night trousers, with the boxers. And of course, the night trousers was halfway down, and the boxers were showing, and his top was empty, like no singlets.
Oh dear.
And I was like, "Are you okay?" And the mother said, "Why are you dressed like?" I said, "Well, I didn't know
they had visitors.
They had visitors."
Had guests.
Meanwhile, he was called to come and greet people. So how did you not know that you had people that you needed to cover up for? And at the same time, my kind of person would have said, "Will you go back and dress up?"
Yep.
But I noticed that she didn't say anything. Instead, she allowed the boy to go around to greet all of us. And he didn't feel ashamed of himself. So I already told myself this is a failed scenario. Yeah. She may be hearing me and she may not like it, but that's okay. That's my thoughts. I didn't like it. And the boy, you know, couldn't even, he did not, like what we know in my place, you go like this and say, "Good morning, ma." He stood tall there, almost 6 feet, and looked me down there and said, "Good morning, ma." That's not the thing. No, he also wanted to tap my shoulder. Okay. I did like this. So you're 20-something, and I'm almost 80.
You know what you should have done? You should have told him, "You will bend down and greet me here." That's it. You bring back communal parenting. You bring back communal parenting.
You see why I keep everybody there kept quiet too?
You're not supposed to keep quiet.
You see why I keep saying now the mother will shout at him for certain other things like stealing and all that. There are tiny details parents should pay attention to. If we go back to the age where parents were held responsible, you know, when your child is not found, they lock you up. Police is looking for your son that committed a crime, they lock you up. Some of these things will reduce. But you find out that in today's world, a child kidnaps somebody for ransom and he brings it to your apartment. The mother is there. The mother is even made to cook, to give to the kidnapped person. And she will probably be saying, "My son, this thing you're doing is not good."
But they're going to give her the money.
They will give her part of the money.
That's not a mother.
So, no. I'm telling you, a lot of them do it.
They do it.
A lot of them are doing it. Wow. So if we find such kidnappers, we're not just going to name and shame the person. You also hold the mother responsible. Lock the mother up so that she will know that she could have gotten up, go to the community leader, go to the police and report the child. And the child even knows. Look, when my children entered school, I sent them to boarding house. I said to them, I know in boarding school people learn a lot of things. But if you ever try to learn something bad and I'm called to tell you, to tell me that they're going to punish you, listen, I'm going to ask them, what is the punishment? They say 2 strokes of cane. I say, please, can you double it?
Double it.
Yeah, you're nice.
Can you double it?
Yeah, nice.
You know, and if they ever catch you for doing an examination malpractice, they say they will send you to jail. If it's 1 year, I'll ask government to make your own 2 years. So everything you must, if you know the kind of home you're coming from.
There you go.
And till tomorrow, I always say to them, I don't need to talk because we've been talking over time. When they are going out, all I say is, remember who your mother is. Stephanie.
No, so they tell me, remember the home you're
coming from.
Remember remember your home
you're coming from.
So those people who are shooting and killing, what kind of home do they have?
No, but the problem is that, do you people know the people that are killing?
We don't know.
But they're people's children.
They're people's children.
But you see, this is my point. You have security. You have somewhere in the security that they are basically intelligence. So my point now is, who are these people? See, if you don't know a source, you can't deal with it.
But there are people that know the source. Like you just said, people in that area, they know a neighbor. They know someone that moves mad at times.
So what are they doing about it?
So now we now have to conscientize those people. Speak up.
That's it.
Bring out these people. If not, we'll come to this area and categorize, all these people that live here, they are bandits.
But what if those people are not from that area?
They come from a community. They come from a family.
In my place, they say, now the rats wait dey inside house. They tell the one wait dey
outside.
Say fish dey.
Okay.
There is no successful robbery without intelligence on the part of the robbers. But then, speaking of peace, Debbie did a beautiful report for us, and she has it ready. Let's see what the priests and the imam are postulating to help us, bring peace for Nigeria.
Conflict is a natural part of human life. Wherever people live, work, and interact, disagreement is bound to happen.
Conflict occurs when individuals or groups have different opinions, interests, or needs. It may arise from misunderstanding, competition, or lack of communication. While conflict is normal, when poorly handled, it can lead to violence.
In the absence of peace, you cannot have development. In fact, you have retrogression, because even the things you have developed, you will start destroying when there is violence, when there is rage, when there is no harmony among the people. And therefore, we know that peace is very, very important. Peace is needed in the family, needed in the schools, needed in the marketplace, needed in government, needed everywhere where we live, where we reside. Peace is needed. I always say to religious people that when there is no peace, you cannot even go to the church. You cannot even go to the mosque. The very places where you want to go and worship, is affected when there is no peace.
Islam has taught us so many things. Islam has enlightened us on how we can be our brother's keeper. In the Quran 49, verse 9 to 13, we call it Surah Al-Jurat. He has enlightened us on how we can be together, the problem we have to encounter, and how the solution is going to be. Al-Quran, the word of Allah, who happens to be the constitution of every Muslim woman, has expatiated to us that in the Quran 9, that is Quran 49, verse 9, he said no matter how we are going to be having misunderstanding when we are together, we are going to be seeing ourselves as a brother when we are together. But importantly is we have to be adli, justly, and al-muqsitu, equitable.
Peaceful coexistence is the ability of people from different backgrounds, beliefs, and cultures to live together in harmony with mutual respect and understanding. However, dialogue and communication help people understand each other better, resolve disputes fairly. Forgiveness and reconciliations, letting go of grudges, is essential for healing and moving forward.
The fear of God. Fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. If we fear God, there is no how we cannot live in peace. The second one is love. Love, it carries so many things. Someone you love, you'll be able to care for the person. Someone you love, you will not think bad about the person. Someone you love, you'll not be able to kill the person because of the love. And the third one is the culture. We are mingling today. We are not from the same tribe. Our attitude will be different. Our understanding will be different.
Decide what you will do about a thing before that thing happens. If you have already decided, if they are fighting, I will not fight. if they are doing this, I will not do. You've taken your decision. At the moment, you will discover that you are able to do as you have decided. So I want to see our government going beyond being proactive, being reactive, to being proactive. And how do we do this? Yes, we must encourage the coming together of various groups, particularly religious bodies.
Here are some practical tips on how we can live together in harmony. Practice patience and self-control. Avoid spreading rumors or gossip. Listen before reacting. Promote fairness and justice. Teach children the values of respect and peace.
Let us embrace dialogue over divisions. Let's embrace peace over violence. And let's embrace unity over chaos.
Thank you, beautiful Debbie. I was already feeling down after listening to all the reports from Jos. But with what you've said, my spirit is lifted up. And I also know that in our darkest moments, hope remains, because there are people across communities choosing dialogue, choosing peace, and choosing unity. Sure. Now, Auntie Liz, how do we get people to fear God? Because the Imam said, if you fear God, you won't do all these bad things. How do we get people to fear God?
You know, it's a very important question, and it's hard. It's also not hard. I remember I had a conversation with somebody, Semben, about indoctrination and all of that, you know. So it's something that you must have as a communication as early as the child was born. You must begin to, you know, inculcate love. When a child beats another child, call him and tell him, like this bottle, sorry I'm using your water, it's not going to pain a child because it's empty. You touch. The mere fact that you're touching it, that child is going to scream. It's going to cry. So based on that, the child will know that hitting is not okay. But you didn't hit to cause pain. The child, you know, did his own to cause pain. So by that, you know, teaching, the child begins to grow. People should learn to tell one another how much they love them, how much they look good. I'm talking about love. You're looking at me the other side. It's not that kind of love. So if I say I love you, it doesn't mean anything.
No, if it doesn't mean anything, that means I know that you don't mean it.
No, it doesn't mean the other kind of love. You know what I mean? Because in Nigeria, indeed, a lot of places, once you mention to opposite sex, I love you, it's a different thing altogether. That's not what I mean. God says we should love our fellow human beings just like ourselves. So, and we should not just say it, we should, you know, express it, make it tangible, because God so loved the world that he gave. So when you love, you give knowledge, you give peace, you give space. I did not say give money or week.
You will add it.
If you add it, you add.
Okay.
No, but why are you going so far? What did one of our commandments tell us? Thou shalt not kill. We just finished fasting.
You are saying we did not even finish the fasting. We didn't finish the fasting.
What? You see,
on Palm Sunday.
This is my point. We just do rituals. We just do everything. You know, when it just comes, okay, it's fasting.
Let's all
fast. These people that are killing people, they must have a religion. They must either be Christians or Muslims
or traditional
or anything. But my Bible, my commandment tells me, thou shalt not kill. And I've always had that at the back of my head. That no matter, no matter how bad it is, I always tell people, I have a temper problem. So what do? I walk away. And I tell people, walking away
is a sign of strength.
But people think it's weakness.
No, it's a sign
of
strength.
Walk away. You see, if you learn to walk away and let peace be, I don't think we'll find ourselves. Most of my friends are from the north. Guess what? There are two things we don't talk about. We don't talk religion and we don't talk tribe.
But Auntie Jingles by Joy, there's something we are forgetting.
Yes.
This thing happened. They're all from the same community.
Yes.
It's not like they were.
You're not even
This
sure
is what I'm saying.
Same place, because
where did these people come from?
A vehicle brought them.
A vehicle brought them.
We don't know where they're
So
from.
we don't know where they're from. The feeling I have is that most of the time it's reaction. Most of retaliation, I mean.
Yeah. But we don't even know what triggered this.
There was no trigger.
There was no trigger.
Anyway, Tokumbo has been wanting to add to that. Tokumbo?
So actually, what I wanted to say when we're talking all of this is you know that statement that says, agree to disagree?
Yeah.
I mean, we can't all be the same. Hello, we're wearing different colors.
Period.
We have different hairstyles.
Yes.
I'm a morning person, you're a night person. Whatever it is, agree to disagree. Why must we fight over everything? I mean, and even if you fight, like you said, the Bible says, don't let the sun go down on your wrath. It means that when you're angry, when you sleep, wake up and let it be another day.
Simple.
Let that other thing have gone away. Do you understand? We're talking about fearing God or loving God. It also says love your neighbor as yourself. So do you love yourself?
Yes.
If you love yourself, would you kill yourself? Would you harm yourself? Do you understand? Yeah. Why do you want to inflict pain on somebody else? Why do you want somebody else's family to suffer because, you know, like I used to say, you just want the whole environment to be gloom, moody, sad, frustrated? No, now. And besides, as you're doing this, it's coming back to you, remember.
Period. That
what goes around comes around. He who lives by the sword dies by the sword. So don't think that you're going to go scot-free. And you can't even be happy. Why do you want to live a life of being vengeful? I'm thinking of a very tough word besides being unhappy. You know, being, you can't live with people. Communal living, if you can live with each other, help each other, the next person is growing, the next person is, I mean, we're all in school at some point now. Even if we did inter-house sports and one house lost and the other house won, we celebrated together.
Yes.
Do you understand? You didn't say, I'm going to go and fight this other house because they won. No. Yeah. And even in politics now, I don't know what is going on. Because if you lose and stay where you are.
Yeah, simple.
Don't lose and jump into the party that won. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
Niger. No, really.
No, I like that.
Because there's no opposition. Why?
Like that.
If you lose and continue and grow the next time.
Yeah, one day.
Agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Let's all, what's that song? How does that song go? Let's join our hands together to build, not join our hands together to destroy, or not join our hands at all.
What we didn't create.
Yeah, so please agree to disagree.
You see, what shocks me is that when we play football, or when we're watching football, whether we're Muslims, whether we're Christians, whether we're Igbos, whether we're Hausas, or all the Northerners and all that, we come together. So I want us to try and find that peace that we have when we watch football together. Let's try and find it in our daily living.
Okay, but this, we've spoken about disagreeing to agree.
Yeah.
Those parents, that mother that was aggrieved.
Yes.
Do you think she's going to forgive you? You spoke about, if someone kills my only child, I will not forgive you.
I will not.
So how do you expect them to move on? How do you expect that mother that held her dying child like if she was Mother Mary? How do you expect her to forgive?
You know, I always say that many people in Nigeria have mental issues. And you see, the problem here is that if you do not accept you have a mental issue, then you can sort it out. So most of the time, I like to say they should go to rehab. They should have people that talk. Because there's something talking does to you. Because I won't lie to you, till today, when I sleep and I remember the cry of that woman for her only child, what sin did she do? She just sent the child to go get card.
His birthday was next.
Yeah, that's all.
Somebody just wrote in here. She says, good morning. I love the topic today because it concerns me directly.
Oh, God.
I am a student here in Jos and I don't want to say my name for security reasons. But I want to ask why the security agents do not do anything when terrorists said that after Ramadan fast, they will begin killing in Jos. Why didn't they do anything about it? Because they had it. Yet they go around arresting people for saying things about the government. Misplaced priority is a problem. I lost my dad to the Jos crisis, and I don't want to lose anyone. Please pray for Jos. Things are still very tense. Oh my God.
So you see what I'm talking about. The problem is the security.
The problem is going out. Anyway, we have something we package. Maybe. I know it's a he that did this on forgiveness. She asked a simple question. Please ask your question.
Let me ask you. And now, when we come back, Auntie Jingles by Joy, you would answer.
Okay.
Is there any sin too huge for you to forgive? That was our question on the street this day.
Jesus.
So let's hear this people's opinion.
Not at all. Not at all. God has it's only God that can say, I will not forgive you or I'll forgive you. But God forgives everybody. Now, I'm a Christian, going by the biblical teachings, in Matthew chapter 18, verse 21 to 22, Christ said, forgive your brother. Your brother means anybody around you, anybody that offends you or your neighbor, 70 times 7. So what it actually means is that it's endless. So there's no sin or there's nothing somebody can do to me that I'll say that I will not forgive. You understand? The only thing is that maybe I might feel hurt, but after some time I'll let go and forgive the person.
Yeah, betrayer. Because I trusted you. Like, I told you a secret. And then behind my back start telling people what I told you. Like, that means like I'm very, very hurt. It caused me emotional pain, damage everything. So betrayal is a very big thing to me. I can't forgive you for that. Because like it takes time for me to forgive you. So,
actually, there is no sin that is so huge to forgive. But I must say this, forgiveness is not an easy something. One can hurt you and then maybe someone will just be like, why don't you forgive? Forgive. Forgiveness is not easy. It has to come from the mind, and it takes the grace of God for one to forgive. For example, imagine someone shot your parents in your presence, and then tomorrow you see this person walking on the road. What will come to your mind first? You feel like to strangle this person. But with time, you just think about how Christ died for our sin, how he forgave our sins and died for us. So you just come to conclusion that you have to forgive this person, even though it hurts. But you just have to what? Forgive. But the memory will still be there. But for the sake of Christ dying for us, you have to forgive. Thank you.
To start with, I'm a Christian. And the teaching says our God is love. So first thing first, you must love every human being. So when you offend me, actually there's nothing I cannot forgive. I will surely forgive you even before you offend me. But it's not when you take me for granted. You cannot continue to do the same thing and I'll continue to forgive you. Even our God that has forgiven you before you offended, he said you cannot continue in sin and expect grace to abound, right? The same way like a father to his children. You offend me as my daughter or son, I should flog you when I have to flog you. It's not because I love to flog you, but it's to mold you to become somebody good in life. So that's just it. I'll forgive anything, but not when you take me for granted.
There are some offenses I can let go of, and there are some that I can't actually in this life. For instance, imagine somebody I'm dating sleeps with my junior sister or my elder sister. There's no way in this life I'll forgive that man. No. There is no way. I cannot forgive him because why? Why will you do something like that? I will forgive you, then later on you come back to me. I will not, the same scope you use for my sister, you come and use it on me again, and I will forgive you and I will act as if nothing happened. I cannot forgive that man. No. I don't even poison himself. I can't forgive that man.
Alright, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Why can't you forgive him?
Because he slept with my sister. Like my sister, my blood sister. I can't forgive him. The memory of living with that kind of thoughts in my head, I can't. Like, I can't let go of it, for real.
I don't have any offense. Not at all. Not at all.
Please, can you just...
Because of the love I have for Christ and the Christ in me, there's no sin I cannot forgive.
No, I don't think there is an offense I don't think there is an offense that I cannot forgive, because like God forgive us. Yeah. So like even maybe if somebody kill one of my relatives, so I would just pray like maybe that person should repent to God and God should forgive him. But me as human being, I used to pray to God and I believe everything will be okay. It left for that person and God to forgive him. But me personally, I think I can forgive everything.
Okay, oh, my director just asked me, if I slap you, will you forgive me? And my answer was very simple. No, I will not. Because you're intentional with it.
You will not
so
turn
I
your
have to be
left cheek.
intentional to correct you.
So you don't believe in forgiveness?
See, I believe in forgiveness, but I also believe in, just like that man, giving out the right punishment to avoid you committing the same offense again. So that's what I would do. You know, pretty much like what we were saying behind camera, it's better to walk away. Otherwise, it's difficult to forgive.
But there are things you can't walk away from.
You can walk away. I'll tell you what happened to me. I lost my parents, 2 of them, by car accidents. Reckless driving, really. And, you know, you enter police business and blah, blah. The car was there. The police called me. Said, we have apprehended the people that killed your parents. We come and have a look at them and we will charge them. They pay for burial and all of that. I refused to go. Everybody thought I was mad. I said, I want to be able to be free.
Yeah.
If I see them, I will know their faces. Yeah. And up till now, I don't know who they are.
Yeah. So
and I want to be able to let go.
Yeah.
So there is every, good need for you to walk away when things happen.
Yes.
If you hang around there, it's difficult for you to forgive. Even when you forgive, I think it's imperative you learn a lesson from there, which is why I forgive, I will not forget. Because I don't want to be beaten twice. Do you understand? Okay. Talks, you were laughing. Are you going to forgive and forget?
Okay. So I was thinking about, when you say forgive and forget, like, forgive, you also said learn a lesson, right? And I was saying, when you forgive, how will I put it? Like, let go of, in the sense that you learn something, so move. Let there be a bit of separation so that we can know ourselves. Not like Liz said, tomorrow you come and do it again. So yes, I let it go. I'm able to forgive and able to let it go. And also, I want to say, you know what? Let's know ourselves. Do you understand? Just day your day. Let me day my day.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how, even, okay, for example, in homes, with marriages and things, I mean, you get to the point you want to, but you say, you know what? I'll walk away first. And then that same thing, there's a way that you're going to say, it's not going to happen again. So let it go and let there be a separation from that kind of thing. So you learn that I won't do this again next time. I will not talk to you like this again next time. And I won't even give you the opportunity to talk to me like this again next time. Not like I'm going to destroy you, kill you, or do something. But once it gets into a space or a place where you're beginning to talk and react in a certain way, and you say, just walk away.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Joy, you were going to... I know you
because
already
we're
told
supposed
me.
to ask you.
She said she will not forgive anybody that kills her
let me
child.
tell you. You see, I listen to everybody, and everybody's saying they're my God, my Jesus, my all that. But they're the same people fighting. You see, you understand? And maybe because they're on camera. I said there are certain things people do. I wonder, even though if they're human.
So you believe they are pretending?
Yes, they're pretending. Yeah. Because
I spoke the truth.
Yeah, you did. I have blood running down my veins, not water. If you come after me, I will come after you. Simple. You know what they say? Aura for aura.
Simple.
Aura for aura.
Simple. That's it. I beg, I have messages here. That's it. Let's see if we can take some before our time
I'm not
run
going
out.
to stay here and be lying.
And somebody is telling Ehi, okay, I like your tattoo. I like that how you dress. Please, we need security in Nigeria. You didn't say your name, but anyway,
it's not even looking at
the
hair
now. She just did Easter.
Nigerian.
Benefits of forgiveness: healthier relationship, improve mental health, less stress, less hostility, fewer symptoms of depression, lower blood pressure, a strong immune system, improves your heart, and is advising us to forgive more often for your spiritual growth. Thank you very much. And let's take more from here. It says, God bless you, dear presenter. A woman that said, if you kill my child, I will kill
That's
your own.
Auntie Jingles aura for aura.
Okay, it says, Festus from Port Harcourt said that. And another person says, yeah, please, mothers, take care of your children. Some mothers are destroying their children. Let me take one more because we don't have time. I said, I can forgive betrayer, but I can't forgive mother. My name is Mercy. I live in Abuja. Thank you so much. For the rest of the people, we will reply you because our time is no longer our own. Aura for aura.
Yeah, clock it.
That's how we are ending. Aura for aura.
Please, whatever you do, just know that it's all blood. Yeah. And the blood smell alike. I mean, I've tried to smell different types of blood.
Is good, though.
It smells alike. And simply means
Blood
that if you cannot
alike.
shed your own, don't share another person's own. And whatever you didn't create, don't destroy it. Let's live and let them live. Yeah. Right?
Bye.